When I tell people that I give ghost tours, the general reaction is that it's unusual and they think that's fun and a lot of people want to come. I like people to expect the unexpected when they're on my tour.
Are you here for the ghost tour?
And I like to begin the tour in Washington Square with a few kind of jarring facts, kind of freak people out from the get-go. There are 20,000 bodies estimated to be under Washington Square. From 1800 to 1825, Washington Square was used as a potter's field for people who died from epidemics, primarily yellow fever. At that point in time, the park was well outside of the borders of the city. So they were trying to get rid of the victims very quickly, bury them as far away as possible to kind of stop the spread of disease. When they built the arch, they kind of just moved the ones that were in the way and they left the other ones there. So they are still quite underfoot. I used to work as a therapist in an eating disorder clinic, and I quit my job to go back to school to get my doctorate. I have a master's in psychology. And instead of going back to school, I decided to defer it for a year at the last minute. I'm gonna be doing clinical psychology for the rest of my life. I know I am. So it seemed, instead of going back to school for 5 more years, I'm really glad that I took a year off. I'm very interested in ghost stories and kind of how they're generated. Also, true crime in particular. There was a period of time when I was studying psychology and I was very interested in serial killers and murderers and how those people develop their pathology. There's usually a story of how somebody died and who they were as a person.
This was 1788, and I told you by the mid-1800s there were still 600 to 700 bodies going missing every year, so